Success, in any context, in life, love and relationships, and in business and careers, can be measured on the sigmoid curve. We start enthusiastically, making mistakes and learning. Then, when one of our experiments triumphs, the curve begins its ascent. Good communication, innovation, and dedication cause the curve to rise until it peaks. But, unfortunately, then the curve must descend into either failure or death. We can measure where we are on the curve, and the units of time that we measure our progress along it. Those units of time have become increasingly smaller in recent years, from decades to years, and maybe even months. Now, that all sounds terribly negative, but it doesn't need to be. Introducing the second curve. The trick is to start a new sigmoid curve whilst there's still the time and resources to allow the exploration needed to succeed, essentially before the curve peaks and begins its descent. This second curve could be created by learning a new skill that makes you more versatile or valuable as an employee, or developing a new product or unique selling point to widen a business's marketability. In order for a career to truly flourish, it needs constant growth. Think of it as a second chance at success, and then a third, and a fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and so on. Those who begin a second curve before they peak are certainly very wise, but it's those who start their second curve later, when their first curve has begun its descent, that are brave, for it takes an awful lot of hard work to pull yourself up to the second curve from that point.
I got an injury on my first day of my sports college. I wasn't able to do competitive sports, including practical lessons. It was dragging down my grades, and I thought it was the end of my dreams at university. Before the injury, I was pursuing a competitive career in athletics for around 5 years. But because of the injury, I wasn't able to take part. However, I had the chance of getting noticed by a British weightlifting coach who enabled me to work around my injury and later be able to compete once again, but in a different sport. And because of weightlifting, I realised that I can do athletics and weightlifting together, but to do what I always wanted and enjoyed. I recently started competing and now hoping to participate in one of the biggest international competitions in this sport.
And lo, there was a second curve. Impressive, huh? Magda's story highlights the importance of beginning a second curve before the peak of the first. But whether you start your second curve right on time or a little late, it is an absolute necessity for success. And as though from a beautiful blossoming tree with sigmoid curve branches, the fruits of your labour shall be picked.